Archangel Michael says take a moment to slow down and truly listen, because sometimes the most meaningful messages arrive quietly and gently, exactly when we need them the most. The place you are living in right now is more than just walls, furniture, and a roof above your head. A home carries memories, emotions, energy, and moments that shape your life every single day. Every room in your home has witnessed parts of your journey, your struggles, your hopes, your prayers, and the dreams that you keep in your heart for the future. Many times we live inside our homes without realizing how deeply connected our lives become with the space around us. The environment where you wake up every morning and rest every night slowly becomes a reflection of your thoughts, your growth, and your experiences. Archangel Michael says there are moments in life when a place begins to reveal something important to us. Sometimes it happens through a small realization, sometimes through a conversation, and sometimes through a quiet moment of reflection where you suddenly understand something about your life more clearly than before. The house you are living in right now may be going through such a moment of meaning for you. It may be a place where you have learned lessons about patience, strength, family, and personal growth. It may also be the place where new chapters of your life are quietly beginning to form, even if you do not see them clearly yet. A home is often where people experience their most honest emotions. It is where laughter echoes through rooms during joyful moments, and where silence holds the weight of difficult days. It is the place where you think about your future, where you talk with loved ones, and where you find the quiet space to reflect on who you are becoming. Because of this, a house slowly becomes a part of your personal story. Every small detail, from the window where sunlight enters in the morning to the corner where you sit and think, carries meaning that grows over time. Archangel Michael says sometimes people overlook how important their surroundings are to their emotional well-being. The atmosphere of a home can influence the way we think, the way we feel, and the way we connect with the people around us. When a home is filled with calm, respect, and understanding, it becomes a place where growth feels natural. When people support each other and share kindness inside a home, that space becomes stronger with positive memories and deeper connections. You may notice that certain moments inside your home feel different lately. Perhaps you have felt more reflective about your life, or you have started thinking about changes you want to make for your future. These thoughts are often signs that a new understanding is forming. Life constantly moves forward, and sometimes the spaces we live in become the starting point for realizing what we truly want next. Archangel Michael says this message is not about fear or worry. Instead, it is about awareness and reflection. Sometimes an important realization about our lives begins right where we are living. A home can become the place where clarity arrives, where decisions about the future become easier to understand, and where people begin to recognize what truly matters to them. Think about the experiences you have had within your home. There may have been moments of happiness that you will always remember, conversations that helped you grow, and quiet nights where you reflected on your dreams. All of these experiences shape the meaning of the place where you live. A house becomes a home because of the life that unfolds within it. Archangel Michael says there may soon be a moment where something about your living situation or your personal life becomes clearer to you. It might be a realization about your goals, your relationships, or the direction you want your life to take. When such moments appear, they often help people understand their path more clearly than before. Your home can also be a reminder that life is always evolving. The person you were when you first entered this place may not be the same person you are today. Growth changes the way we see ourselves and the world around us. As we grow, we begin to see new possibilities and new opportunities that were not visible before. Archangel Michael says continue to treat your home as a place of peace and reflection. Fill it with positive thoughts, kind conversations, and moments of gratitude. When a home carries these qualities, it becomes a space where clarity and inspiration naturally appear. Sometimes the most important messages are not loud or dramatic. They arrive quietly, through reflection, awareness, and the willingness to look at our lives with honesty. When you allow yourself to pause and truly observe the place you are living in and the life you are building there, you may begin to notice insights that guide you toward your next chapter. Archangel Michael says continue listening carefully, because sometimes the places where we live quietly hold lessons and realizations that shape our future in ways we do not immediately recognize. A house is never just a structure made of walls and doors. Over time it becomes connected to the emotions, memories, and experiences of the people who live within it. The space where you wake up every morning and return to every night slowly absorbs the rhythm of your life. It witnesses your moments of joy, your worries, your quiet thoughts, and the conversations that help shape your understanding of the world around you. Many people move through their homes each day without realizing how deeply their personal journey is tied to the environment surrounding them. Yet every room holds small reminders of the life that is unfolding within those walls. Archangel Michael says there are moments in life when we begin to see familiar places with new awareness. The same room that once felt ordinary may suddenly carry a sense of reflection. The same window you pass every day may become a place where you pause and think about where your life is heading. These changes in perception are often signs that something inside you is evolving. When people grow emotionally or mentally, their environment begins to feel different because they are beginning to see life from a new perspective. The house you are living in may be quietly connected to such a moment of understanding. Think about the experiences you have already lived through inside this home. There may have been mornings when you felt hopeful about the future and evenings when you needed time to think about the challenges of the day. Perhaps there were conversations with family or loved ones that helped you see things more clearly. Perhaps there were moments of laughter that filled the rooms with warmth. Each of these experiences leaves a trace within the environment of your home, shaping it into more than just a physical space. Over time, the place where you live becomes closely tied to your personal story. Archangel Michael says homes often become places where people rediscover themselves. Life outside the door can move quickly and demand constant attention, but within the quiet of a home people often find the space to reflect. It is during these quiet moments that thoughts about the future appear. You may begin thinking about new goals, new directions, or new ways to approach the challenges you face. These reflections are part of the natural process of growth, and the environment of a home can support that process when it becomes a place of calm and understanding. Sometimes a house becomes the setting where important realizations take shape. A person might suddenly understand what they truly value in life, or they may recognize changes they want to make in their personal path. These realizations rarely appear suddenly without reason. They grow gradually through experiences, conversations, and moments of quiet thought. The home where you are living right now may be the place where such realizations begin to surface more clearly. Archangel Michael says the atmosphere within a home matters greatly. The energy created by the people who live there influences the way everyone feels inside that space. When kindness, patience, and respect are present, the home becomes a place where people feel safe and supported. When individuals listen to each other and show care for one another, the environment grows stronger and more peaceful. These qualities can transform an ordinary house into a place that supports emotional well-being and personal growth. You may notice that certain areas of your home carry particular meaning. A chair where you often sit to think, a room where conversations with loved ones happen frequently, or a quiet corner where you spend time reflecting. These places become connected to your daily life and gradually take on emotional significance. Over time they remind you of the experiences that helped shape who you are today. Archangel Michael says there may soon be a moment when something about your life or your surroundings becomes clearer to you. It may not appear dramatically, but rather through a realization that quietly settles into your thoughts. You might begin to understand something about your path, your relationships, or the direction you wish to take moving forward. These insights often arrive when people allow themselves time to pause and observe their lives honestly. The home you live in can be a powerful space for reflection because it is where you spend many of your most personal moments. It is where you think about your future, where you rest after long days, and where you connect with the people who matter most to you. When a home carries calm and balance, it supports the process of self-understanding that leads to meaningful decisions. Archangel Michael says do not underestimate the importance of the environment you create around you. Small actions within your home can shape the way you feel each day. Simple things like keeping the space organized, speaking kindly to the people around you, and maintaining moments of quiet reflection can help the home remain a place of peace. When the environment feels balanced, it becomes easier to think clearly and approach life with confidence. Every chapter of life is connected to a place where important moments happened. Years from now you may look back and remember the home you are living in today as the place where certain realizations began. It may be the place where you understood something important about your future or where you recognized new possibilities that were waiting ahead. Archangel Michael says the message reaching you now is meant to encourage awareness rather than worry. Pay attention to the way your life is unfolding within the space you live in. Notice the thoughts and ideas that appear when you allow yourself quiet moments of reflection. Often the answers people seek begin forming in the very places they see every day. Archangel Michael says continue to reflect on the place you call home, because the environment surrounding you often mirrors the stage of life you are currently experiencing. A home quietly records the rhythm of your everyday life. It observes your routines, the moments when you feel hopeful, and the moments when you search for clarity about your future. While people often think of a house simply as a physical structure, over time it becomes a container for memories, emotions, and lessons. Every door you open, every window that brings light into your space, and every room where conversations happen slowly becomes connected to your personal journey. The house you live in now may be playing a more meaningful role in your life than you realize at this moment. Archangel Michael says many people overlook the way their surroundings influence their thoughts and feelings. When you wake up each day in the same environment, your mind becomes familiar with the energy of that place. The atmosphere of a home can affect how peaceful you feel, how focused you become on your goals, and how easily you connect with the people around you. When a home is filled with calm conversation, understanding, and respect, it becomes a space where people can grow emotionally and mentally. Over time, that sense of peace begins to shape the way you see the world beyond your front door. Think about the small details within your home that may have gone unnoticed. The place where sunlight enters during the morning hours, the chair where you often sit to think, or the quiet room where you reflect on important decisions. These simple spaces become part of your daily life and gradually take on meaning. They remind you of the thoughts you had, the dreams you imagined, and the conversations that helped you understand something important about yourself. Archangel Michael says there are times when a person begins to feel a shift in awareness about their surroundings. The same home that once felt ordinary may suddenly feel like a place where reflection becomes deeper. You may notice yourself thinking more about the direction of your life or about the kind of future you wish to create. These moments are not random. They often appear when a person is approaching a new stage in their journey and their mind begins to search for clarity about what comes next. Your home may be the place where this understanding begins to form. Inside the quiet of familiar walls, you may find yourself thinking about how far you have come and where you wish to go from here. Sometimes growth happens gradually and we do not notice it until one day we realize that our perspective has changed. The place where you live becomes the background for this transformation, witnessing each small step of progress along the way. Archangel Michael says homes also hold the stories of the relationships within them. Conversations shared at a table, laughter echoing through a hallway, and moments of support during difficult days all contribute to the emotional atmosphere of the space. When people treat each other with kindness and patience, the home becomes stronger with positive memories. Those memories remain part of the environment and influence how everyone inside that space feels. It is also possible that your home is encouraging you to reflect on what truly matters in your life. Sometimes when people spend time in familiar surroundings, they begin to notice the values that guide their decisions. They may realize the importance of peace, understanding, and the presence of supportive people in their lives. These realizations often help individuals see their priorities more clearly. Archangel Michael says the important thing is to remain aware of the thoughts and insights that come to you during quiet moments at home. Many of the answers people search for appear when they give themselves the space to reflect honestly. Your home can become that space where clarity grows, where new ideas form, and where you begin to recognize possibilities that were previously hidden by the noise of everyday life. You may soon find that something about your current situation becomes easier to understand. It might be related to the way you see your future, the relationships around you, or the path you want to follow moving forward. These realizations often arrive gently, like a quiet understanding that suddenly feels clear and meaningful. Archangel Michael says the house you are living in today may one day become a place you remember as the beginning of an important realization. It could be the place where you recognized a new opportunity, where you decided to pursue a goal that mattered deeply to you, or where you gained a clearer understanding of your personal journey. When you treat your home as a place of reflection, gratitude, and peace, it becomes more than just a living space. It becomes a supportive environment where personal growth naturally unfolds. The thoughts you have, the conversations you share, and the calm moments you experience there all contribute to shaping the person you continue to become. Archangel Michael says, allow your home to remain a place where clarity can appear. Keep the environment positive, respectful, and calm so that it supports your ability to think clearly and move forward with confidence. When your surroundings carry peace, your mind becomes more open to recognizing the opportunities and insights that life presents. Archangel Michael says, as you continue reflecting on this message, understand that a home is often the quiet center of a person's life journey. It is the place where days begin and where thoughts settle at night. Many of the most meaningful realizations people experience happen not in crowded places or busy moments, but inside the calm and familiar environment of their own home. When you return to the same space each day, it becomes the background of your life story. The walls of that house have witnessed your growth, your challenges, your patience, and the quiet determination you carry within your heart as you move forward through life. Archangel Michael says sometimes people search far away for answers, believing that clarity will appear somewhere outside their current situation. Yet very often the understanding they are looking for begins to develop in the place they already are. A home can become a powerful space for reflection because it allows you to step away from the noise of the outside world. When the world becomes busy and overwhelming, the home offers a moment of pause. In that pause your thoughts become clearer, and you begin to notice ideas and realizations that were hidden behind the rush of everyday responsibilities. Think about how many moments of your life have unfolded inside the house where you are living right now. There have likely been mornings where you felt hopeful about new possibilities. And evenings where you needed time to process the events of the day. Perhaps there were conversations with loved ones that helped you see something differently. Perhaps there were quiet nights when you sat alone thinking about your dreams, your goals, or the path you want your life to follow. Each of these moments leaves an emotional imprint on the environment around you. Archangel Michael says homes carry emotional energy that grows through the experiences shared within them. When kindness and patience exist inside a home, the environment becomes peaceful and supportive. When people speak with respect and understanding, the atmosphere becomes calm and balanced. Over time, this kind of environment helps people think more clearly about their lives because they feel secure and grounded within their surroundings. You may have started to notice subtle changes in the way you see your home. Sometimes people begin to look at their surroundings differently when they themselves are changing. Growth inside a person's heart often causes them to reflect more deeply on the life they are living. You might find yourself thinking about the future more often or considering decisions that once felt distant. These thoughts are natural signs that you are moving toward a new stage in your personal journey. Archangel Michael says important realizations rarely appear suddenly without preparation. They form gradually through experience and reflection. The house you live in becomes the place where these reflections quietly grow stronger. The familiar environment allows your mind to settle and consider what truly matters to you. Over time, the answers you are searching for may begin to reveal themselves in simple yet meaningful ways. Another reason homes become so important is because they hold the memories of the people connected to them. A shared meal, a supportive conversation, or even a quiet moment of understanding between two people adds to the emotional history of that place. These moments strengthen the feeling that a home is more than just a building. It becomes a space filled with meaning and connection. Archangel Michael says the message reaching you now is meant to encourage awareness rather than worry. Pay attention to the thoughts that appear when you are in your home. Notice the ideas that come to you when you allow yourself time to reflect peacefully. Sometimes clarity arrives gently, like a quiet understanding that settles into your mind when everything around you becomes calm. You may soon realize that something about your current situation is becoming clearer. It could relate to your personal goals, your relationships, or the direction you want your life to move toward in the future. These insights often appear during moments when you feel grounded and thoughtful, and the home environment provides the perfect space for such reflection. Archangel Michael says the house you are living in today may one day become a place you remember as the starting point of an important chapter in your life. Years from now you might look back and recognize that it was within these walls that you began to understand something meaningful about your path. It might be the place where you realized what truly matters to you, or where you made a decision that guided you toward a new opportunity. When you treat your home as a place of peace, gratitude, and thoughtful reflection, it supports your ability to move forward with clarity. Keeping your environment calm and respectful allows your mind to focus on the possibilities ahead rather than the distractions around you. A peaceful home becomes a powerful source of strength and balance. Archangel Michael says remember that every stage of life is connected to a place where growth happened. The home you are living in right now may be the place where your next realization begins. By staying aware of your thoughts and remaining open to understanding your journey, you allow meaningful insights to appear naturally. If this message resonates with you, comment, "My home is a place of peace and clarity." Like this video if you believe the place you live can influence your journey in life, and subscribe if you want to continue receiving thoughtful messages that inspire awareness, reflection, and personal growth.